Hello, Tom from everystepphysics.com and everystepcalculus.com. This is a problem from a test regarding forces of wind and sailboats or whatever. Physics, to get to my main menu, let me tell you a little bit about physics. In the instructions you have second and alpha to put the letters PHYSICS in there, and then you press alpha and put the open and close parentheses. Another way I'm going to show you is you can go second on the minus key here, which is variable link, which shows you all the programs in the, I don't have all the programs in here, I just got a few in this simulator to do certain problems. And but we need physics for the main menu. So then notice that you can press the 1 here, which is the Q letter over the number 1, and that's going to go to the Q in the alphabet, and of course P is just before Q, so we'll press 1 here, and then you can scroll up to physics. You can press enter, and it puts physics in the home screen here with the right parentheses missing, so you add that and then you're good to go on these programs. Goes to the menu. We're going to press number 2 because we're looking for acceleration. I always advise everybody that when you have a word problem like this, they ask you for something, okay? Well, then whatever they ask you, put a square box around it, and that should match my menu. Here's acceleration in the menu. I mean, how else are you going to do it? If you could program like me, wouldn't you do it like that? Yeah. And then you have the variables. Well, and then over on the right of the problem, you put mass equals 200 kilograms, and F1, which is the first force, is 707, and then of course I give you menus for northeast. F2 is 500 newtons, and then that's going to be west. Well, so then you know you have mass, F1, F2. Okay, so now when we press number 2 here to go to this acceleration, up comes the menu. Well, I'll go up, make it, here's mass and F1 and F2, okay? So you scroll to that and press enter. Now we're going to add the variables, okay? So you have to press alpha first, 200, and kilograms. They do the conversions for you, do everything for you. Well, it's really for me. Notice these are really great notes. In other words, if you find a problem, you'd take notes down. If you were able to use your notes in a test, you'd pull up them, but the notes are not as good as these because you can put the variables in and it'll show you step by step how to do the problem. So now we're going to enter the force F1. Well, that's 707, so we have to press alpha 707. And we look for northeast. Northeast is number 5. Here we can press number 5. And then the F2 force here is 500 newtons. So we go alpha 500. And that's what? West. Okay, so it's number 4. I always show you what you've entered. You can change it in case you made a mistake, but this looks good to me. And we're going to press number 1. Anytime they give you just without an angle, northwest, northeast, southwest, or southeast, that's got to be 45 degrees in a right triangle. This is all Pythagoras theorem in right triangles. You have the 707, which is the hypotenuse. You got the 500, which is the opposite side. And then we're going to find the adjacent side, which is horizontal. So there's 2 components to the 707, which is the hypotenuse. To find the opposite side, we go sine of 45. We get 500 newtons. 707 times the cosine of 45, which is the adjacent side, is 500 newtons east. Okay? So F5 is a net force horizontal. That's the F4 east minus F2 west. Okay, that's 500 minus 500 turns out to be 0 newtons. So now we have a right triangle with essentially 0 adjacent side here, and we have all opposite side. Okay, well, when I program, I have to, everything isn't just like this. This is a set up problem, you know, to work out where the horizontal adjacent side turns out to be 0, but what if it's 3, or what if it's 15, or what if it turns out to be 30? Well, then you have to use the Pythagorean theorem to find out the new hypotenuse and where the angle is. Well, my programs do that for you in case this was didn't work out to be exactly 0. And so the resultant force is 500 newtons north. Okay, find the acceleration. He's got force divided by the mass. Here's 500. F6 divided by the mass, 200, equals 2.5 meters per second squared. And of course the angle is 90 degrees. Okay, so pretty neat, huh? everystepphysics.com. Go to my site, buy my programs. If you want to, you can subscribe to see other programs. I'm going to do a couple more here on these as I see them on the tests, and do a couple more of these sailboats or boats and wind. And so you keep track of what I'm doing. And notice you can throw out your physics book and everything else, because there's nothing like these programs if you download them in your titanium here. And you have it for the rest of your life, how to solve these problems, you know. You can burn your physics book. You ain't going to know nothing about it. 1 month from now, you'll never even use it ever again. You could care less about it, okay? But don't throw this away. You never know. If you're young and you get married or have a partner, they might go to have physics classes someday for business or whatever, or grandkids or your own kids. Who knows, you know? So anyways, go to my site, buy my programs, and pass physics. And I'll help you all I can. I mean, you can send me your tests, and I'll show you exactly how my programs work with each test. You can email me your tests, you know. Certainly don't text me them on your phone, but I mean, email me them. And I'll show you how they work and show you exactly how to use my programs. So I'm helping you all I can. You have a good one, okay?